The Ultramarines. These legendary warriors, clad in their distinctive cobalt blue armor, have long been the epitome of what it means to be Space Marines, the superhuman defenders of the Imperium of Man. The saga of the Ultramarines is one of duty, honor, and strategic brilliance that spans 10 millennia. Their history is inextricably linked with that of their primarch, Robut Guilliman, a demigod among men whose tactical acumen and leadership skills elevated the Thursate Legion to unparalleled heights of martial excellence and civic responsibility. From their homeworld of Macragge, nestled within the stellar realm of Ultramar, the Ultramarines have projected their power across the galaxy. They stand as a bulwark against the myriad threats that assail humanity, the ravenous tyrannid swarms, the ethereal menace of the Necrons, the corrupting taint of chaos, and the brutal onslaught of Orkwax. The Ultramarines' influence extends far beyond the battlefield. Through the Codex Astartes, the magnum opus of Robut Guilliman, they have shaped the very structure and doctrine of nearly every Space Marine chapter. This tome of military organization and strategy has become a holy text among the Adeptus Astartes, its tenets followed with religious fervor by many chapters across the Imperium. Yet, the Ultramarines are more than just warriors. They are statesmen, scholars, and visionaries. In Ultramar, they have forged a model of governance that stands in stark contrast to the tyrannical norm of the Imperium. Here, in this realm of 500 worlds, efficiency meets compassion, and the welfare of the common citizen is given as much priority as military might. The chapter's history is replete with moments of triumph and tragedy. From the devastating Battle of Macragge, where they stemmed the tide of High Fleet behemoth, to the plague wars that tested their resolve against the putrid forces of Nurgle, the Ultramarines have time and again proved their mettle. Their victories are etched in the annals of Imperial history, their sacrifices honored in countless monuments across the stars. In recent times, the galaxy has been torn asunder by cataclysmic events. The Great Rift, a vast warp storm, has split the Imperium in twain, plunging much of the galaxy into darkness and chaos. It is in this time of utmost peril that Robut Guilliman, long held in stasis, has returned to lead not just his chapter, but the entire Imperium as its Lord Commander. This resurgence has brought both hope and upheaval. The Ultramarines find themselves at the forefront of a new crusade to reunite the fragmented Imperium and push back the encroaching darkness. Their Primarch's return has reinvigorated their purpose, but it has also challenged long-held traditions and sparked tensions with more conservative elements within the Imperium's power structures. As we delve into the rich tapestry of the Ultramarines' history, we will explore the key figures who have shaped their legacy, from the noble Marneus Calgar to the venerable dreadnought Agnathio. We will examine the pivotal moments that have defined their chapter, the technologies and tactics that set them apart, and the enduring mysteries that surround these paragons of the Emperor's will. The story of the Ultramarines is not just a tale of superhuman warriors, it is a reflection of humanity's potential for greatness in the face of overwhelming odds. It is a narrative of adaptation and perseverance, of holding true to ideals while navigating the harsh realities of a universe where there is only war. As we embark on this journey through the annals of the 13th Legion, we will witness the embodiment of the Imperial maxim: courage and honor. For in the Ultramarines, we find not just the shield of humanity, but its aspirations given form, a glimpse of what mankind might become if it can weather the storm of this dark millennium. Prepare to march alongside the greatest of the Emperor's warriors, to feel the weight of 10,000 years of tradition, and to understand why, even in the face of extinction, the Ultramarines stand resolute, their battle cry echoing across the stars. We are the Ultramarines, the sons of Guilliman, and we shall know no fear. The Ultramarines chapter stands as a paragon among the Adeptus Astartes, but they are far from the only key players in their storied history. At the forefront is Robut Guilliman, Primarch of the Thursate Legion and author of the Codex Astartes. His genetic legacy and strategic brilliance form the foundation of the chapter's might, Recently awakened from millennia of stasis, Guilliman now serves as Lord Commander of the Imperium, guiding humanity through its darkest hour. Marneus Calgar, long-serving chapter master of the Ultramarines, embodies the chapter's ideals of duty and honor. His leadership has seen the Ultramarines through countless battles and campaigns. As one of the first Primaris Space Marines, Calgar represents both the chapter's traditions and its embrace of necessary evolution. Chief Librarian Tagurius wields formidable psychic powers, his prognosticative abilities proving invaluable in the chapter's planning and operations. His mastery over the warp has been crucial in combating demonic incursions and unraveling enemy strategies. Cato Sicarius, captain of the Second Company, is renowned for his martial prowess and unwavering confidence. His exploits have become legend, though his brash nature sometimes puts him at odds with the chapter's more measured approach. Uriel Ventris, captain of the Fourth Company, represents a more contemplative side of the Ultramarines. His experiences, including exile in the Eye of Terror, have given him unique insights that both challenge and reinforce Ultramarine doctrine. Ancient Galatan, the chapter's most revered dreadnought, serves as a living link to the Ultramarines' distant past. His wisdom and battlefield experience are invaluable assets in the chapter's most dire confrontations. Beyond individual heroes, the realm of Ultramar itself plays a pivotal role. This mini-empire of 500 worlds serves as a model of efficient governance and a bastion of imperial strength. The Tetrarchs, leaders of Ultramar's primary sectors, ensure the region's continued prosperity and security. The Ultramarines' strength is magnified by their successor chapters, including the proud Nova Marines, the stalwart White Consuls, and the fleet-based Mortifactors. Each carries the genetic legacy of Guilliman, interpreting the Codex Astartes in their unique ways while maintaining strong ties to their progenitor chapter. The Adeptus Mechanicus Forge world of Konur, located within Ultramar, provides crucial technological support. Their expertise in maintaining and developing advanced weaponry and equipment ensures the Ultramarines remain at the forefront of Imperial military technology. The Imperial Navy's battle fleet Ultramar works in close concert with the chapter, providing vital void supremacy and support in their numerous campaigns across the galaxy. This symbiotic relationship has resulted in numerous joint tactical innovations. On the political front, the Ultramarines interact closely with various Imperial institutions. The Adeptus Administratum relies on Ultramar's model of governance, while the Inquisition maintains a watchful eye on the chapter's activities and influence. The Ecclesiarchy holds a complex relationship with the Ultramarines. While venerating them as angelic warriors of the Emperor, some view Guilliman's return and secular policies with suspicion. Among Xenos races, the Ultramarines have forged an uneasy alliance with the Inari faction of Eldar, particularly through Yvrain's role in Guilliman's resurrection. This partnership, born of necessity, challenges long-held Imperial doctrines regarding alien interaction. The Tau Empire, with its expansionist agenda in the Eastern Fringe, has become a significant rival to Ultramar's influence. Their encounters have ranged from open warfare to complex diplomatic engagements, testing the Ultramarines' adaptability in facing a technologically advanced foe. Nemesis Chapter Master Marneus Calgar is Kar-Duniash, the Tyrannid Swarmlord. This monstrous hive tyrant has clashed with the Ultramarines multiple times, each encounter pushing the chapter to its limits. Makar the Reborn, a demon prince of chaos, has been a recurring nemesis, his vendetta against the Ultramarines spanning millennia. His machinations have repeatedly threatened both the chapter and Ultramar itself. The Alpha Legion, with its insidious infiltration tactics, poses a unique challenge to the Ultramarines' ordered strategies. Their shadowy operations within Ultramar have forced the chapter to develop new counterintelligence measures. Skarbrand the Exiled One, a greater demon of Khorne, has clashed with the Ultramarines during the Plague Wars, embodying the raw, destructive power of chaos that continually threatens the realm of Ultramar. The Necron overlord Enriquir the Traveler has led several incursions into Ultramarine territory, his advanced technology and tactical acumen providing a stark contrast to the chapter's own strategies. Among the orcs, war boss Urgok the Unstoppable has become a persistent threat, his Wach testing the defenses of Ultramar's outer systems and providing a constant reminder of the Green Tide's ever-present danger. The Genestealer Patriarch of Quintarn, known as the Lucid Dreamer, represents the insidious threat of Tyranid infiltration. Its cult's activities have forced the Ultramarines to be vigilant not just against external threats, but also corruption from within. These diverse factions and individuals form the complex web of allies, enemies, and rivals that the Ultramarines must navigate. Their interactions shape not only the chapter's strategies and development, but also the broader tapestry of the Imperium's struggle for survival in a hostile galaxy. The roots of the Ultramarines' legacy stretch back to the tumultuous era of the Great Crusade, when the Emperor of Mankind sought to reunite humanity across the galaxy. The discovery of Roboute Guilliman on Macragge marked a pivotal moment in Imperial history. Raised by the planetary governor Conor, Guilliman's exceptional intellect and leadership skills allowed him to swiftly unify Macragge and the surrounding systems, creating the foundations of what would become Ultramar. Upon assuming command of the Thursane Legion, Guilliman revolutionized its structure and tactics. He implemented meritocratic systems and fostered a culture of adaptability, transforming the Legion into a highly efficient fighting force. The Ultramarines' conquests during the Great Crusade were marked not only by martial prowess, but also by their ability to integrate newly compliant worlds into the Imperial fold effectively. The outbreak of the Horus Heresy presented a critical juncture for the Ultramarines. Initially unaware of the full scope of the betrayal, Guilliman found his legion isolated by the ruinous warp storms of the Ruin Storm. This isolation, while frustrating, ultimately preserved the Ultramarines' strength for the conflicts to come. In the aftermath of the heresy, Guilliman's foresight came to the fore. Recognizing the need to prevent any single individual from wielding the power of a full Space Marine Legion, he penned the Codex Astartes. This comprehensive tome not only dictated the division of legions into smaller chapters, but also laid out intricate details of military organization, tactics, and philosophy that would guide Space Marines for millennia to come. The implementation of the Codex was not without controversy. It led to a period known as the Second Founding, where the original legions were broken down into numerous successor chapters. While some Primarchs, like Rogel Dorn of the Imperial Fists, initially resisted this reorganization, Guilliman's logic and the backing of the High Lords of Terra eventually prevailed. Ultramar's unique status as a realm within the Imperium was cemented during this period. Guilliman's governance model, emphasizing efficiency, education, and the welfare of the citizenry, stood in stark contrast to the increasingly oppressive regime taking hold in much of the Imperium. This sowed the seeds for future tensions between the ideals of Ultramar and the harsh realities of Imperial rule. The creation of the Ultramarines chapter saw them take on the role of not just warriors, but also statesmen and exemplars of Imperial ideals. Their influence extended far beyond military matters, shaping Imperial governance and culture in ways that would resonate for millennia. The tragic battle with the Night Lords Primarch Conrad Kurz left Guilliman mortally wounded, leading to his internment in a stasis field. This event marked the end of an era and the beginning of the Ultramarines' long vigil, carrying on their Primarch's legacy without his direct guidance. Over the subsequent millennia, the Ultramarines faced numerous challenges that tested their adherence to the Codex Astartes. The Age of Apostasy saw them navigate treacherous political waters, maintaining their integrity while much of the Imperium fell into chaos and corruption. The arrival of Hive Fleet Behemoth in M41 presented an existential threat to Ultramar. The Tyranid menace pushed the chapter to its limits, forcing adaptations to their tactics and a re-evaluation of their defensive strategies. The successful defense of Macragge, though costly, cemented the Ultramarines' reputation as bulwarks against the galaxy's most terrifying threats. Internal challenges also arose, such as the Plague Wars instigated by the forces of Nurgle. These conflicts not only tested the chapter's martial prowess, but also the resilience of Ultramar's unique societal structure. The Ultima founding and the introduction of Primaris Space Marines marked another watershed moment. The integration of these new, enhanced warriors into the chapter's ranks required careful management to maintain cohesion and uphold traditions while embracing necessary evolution. Guilliman's resurrection and ascension to Lord Commander of the Imperium brought the Ultramarines once again to the forefront of galactic events. His return challenged long-held interpretations of the Codex Astartes and sparked a reimagining of the Imperium's future. The formation of the Great Rift presented unprecedented challenges, isolating vast swaths of the Imperium and unleashing new horrors upon humanity. The Ultramarines found themselves at the vanguard of efforts to reunite the fragmented Imperium, their organizational skills and strategic acumen proving crucial in coordinating Imperial forces across the galaxy. These events set the stage for the Ultramarines' current role in the Imperium. They stand not just as warriors, but as leaders and visionaries in a time of unparalleled crisis. Their history of adaptability, strategic brilliance, and unwavering devotion to humanity's protection has prepared them for the monumental tasks that lie ahead in safeguarding the future of the Imperium. The annals of the Ultramarines are replete with heroic deeds and monumental battles that have shaped the fate of the Imperium. Their saga unfolds across millennia, each chapter adding to their legendary status. In the early days of the Great Crusade, the Thirst-stained Legion's efficiency in conquering and integrating new worlds into the Imperium set them apart. Guilliman's tactical acumen transformed compliant planets into bastions of Imperial strength, laying the groundwork for Ultramar's prosperity. The Horus Heresy thrust the Ultramarines into a galaxy-spanning conflict. While initially sidelined by the treacherous Calth atrocity, where the Word-bearers ambushed them, the Legion's resilience shone through. They regrouped, adapting their strategies to counter the unforeseen threat of traitorous brothers. In the aftermath of the heresy, the Ultramarines played a pivotal role in the scouring, cleansing worlds of chaos taint. This period saw the implementation of the Codex Astartes, fundamentally reshaping the structure of Space Marine forces across the Imperium. The millennia that followed were marked by countless campaigns. The Ultramarines stood firm against Xenos incursions, rebel uprisings, and chaos insurgencies. Their victories in the Corinth Crusade and the Balur Crusade showcased their ability to lead complex, multifaceted military operations. The arrival of Hive Fleet Behemoth in 745.M41 presented an unprecedented challenge. The Battle of Macragge became a defining moment for the chapter. Despite heavy losses, including the entire First Company, the Ultramarines emerged victorious, halting the Tyranid advance and saving their home world. In the aftermath, the Ultramarines faced the daunting task of rebuilding. This period of recovery saw them reevaluate and refine their tactics, particularly in dealing with the Tyranid threat. The experience gained would prove invaluable in future encounters with the Great Devourer. The Damocles Gulf Crusade brought the Ultramarines into conflict with the expanding Tau Empire. This campaign highlighted the chapter's adaptability as they faced a technologically advanced foe employing unfamiliar tactics. The strategic insights gained from these engagements informed Imperial military doctrine for decades to come. The 13th Black Crusade saw the Ultramarines deploy significant forces to defend Cadia and other key worlds. Although Cadia fell, the chapter's efforts were instrumental in evacuating millions of Imperial citizens and denying Chaos forces total victory. The Terran Crusade marked a turning point not just for the Ultramarines, but for the entire Imperium. The perilous journey to resurrect Robut Guilliman tested the chapter's resolve and loyalty. Their unwavering faith in their Primarch's return was vindicated when Guilliman awoke to lead the Imperium once more. With their Primarch's return, the Ultramarines found themselves at the forefront of the Indomitus Crusade. This galaxy-spanning campaign aimed to push back the forces of chaos and reconnect the fragmented Imperium in the wake of the Great Rift's formation. The chapter's organizational skills proved crucial in coordinating this massive military endeavor. The Plague Wars brought conflict directly to Ultramar's doorstep. Nurgle's forces, led by the demon Primarch Mortarion, sought to corrupt the heart of Guilliman's realm. The Ultramarines' defense of their home sectors demonstrated their tactical flexibility and indomitable spirit. Throughout these conflicts, the Ultramarines have continually adapted their strategies. The integration of Primaris Space Marines into their ranks has led to new tactical possibilities, blending the wisdom of veterans with the enhanced capabilities of these new warriors. The chapter's approach to warfare extends beyond mere martial prowess. Their expertise in logistics, governance, and diplomacy has often proved as valuable as their combat skills. The rebuilding of devastated worlds in the wake of conflict has become a hallmark of Ultramarine operations, ensuring lasting stability in regions they defend. In recent years, the Ultramarines have taken a leading role in the Imperium Nihilus, the portion of the galaxy cut off from Terra by the Great Rift. Their efforts to establish supply lines, fortify key worlds, and coordinate defense against chaos incursions have been vital in maintaining an Imperial presence in these isolated regions. The Ultramarines' campaigns are characterized by their strategic depth. Each engagement is planned with consideration for long-term consequences, balancing immediate tactical objectives with broader strategic goals. This approach has allowed them to turn seemingly Pyrrhic victories into foundations for future triumphs. Their mastery of combined arms warfare is evident in operations like the Siege of Talassar, where aerial assaults, armored spearheads, and infantry maneuvers were seamlessly integrated to break a chaos stronghold. Such displays of martial coordination have become textbook examples studied by military strategists across the Imperium. The chapter's influence extends to fleet operations as well. Their naval engagements, such as the Void Battle over Parmenio, showcase their proficiency in ship-to-ship combat and planetary assaults. The Ultramarines' fleet, led by the battle barge Macrag's Honor, has become a symbol of Imperial naval might. As the Imperium faces unprecedented threats, the Ultramarines continue to stand as a bulwark against the encroaching darkness. Their legacy of heroism, strategic brilliance, and unwavering loyalty serves as an inspiration to Imperial forces across the galaxy, a living embodiment of the Emperor's vision for humanity's future among the stars. The awakening of Roboute Guilliman in 999.M41 stands as the most pivotal moment in recent Ultramarine history, sending shockwaves through the chapter and the Imperium at large. This monumental event, orchestrated through an uneasy alliance between Archmagos Belisarius Cawl and the Eldar faction known as the Inari, shattered 10 millennia of stasis and thrust the Primarch back into a galaxy vastly changed from the one he once knew. Guilliman's return occurred at a critical juncture, as the 13th Black Crusade ravaged Imperial defenses and the fall of Cadia heralded a new age of darkness. His resurrection breathed new life into the beleaguered forces of the Imperium, providing a beacon of hope in humanity's darkest hour. The Primarch's first actions upon his awakening set the tone for the upheaval to come. He swiftly assumed command of the defense of Macragge, showcasing tactical acumen that had not dulled despite millennia of inactivity. His presence on the battlefield galvanized Imperial forces, turning the tide against the Chaos invaders and securing a victory that seemed all but impossible mere hours before. Yet, it was Guilliman's decisions in the aftermath of this conflict that truly marked a turning point. Recognizing the dire state of the Imperium, he made the unprecedented move of declaring himself Lord Commander of the Imperium, invoking emergency powers not used since the time of the Great Crusade. This bold step, while necessary, sent ripples of unease through the established power structures of the Adeptus Terra. The Terran Crusade that followed became a crucible for both Guilliman and the Ultramarines. The perilous journey to Terra, fraught with chaos ambushes and warp storms, tested the limits of their resolve and adaptability. It was during this crusade that the full extent of the Imperium's decay became apparent to Guilliman, steeling his determination to enact sweeping reforms. Upon reaching Terra and conferring with the Emperor, Guilliman emerged with renewed purpose. His declaration of the Indomitus Crusade marked the beginning of a new era for the Imperium and the Ultramarines. This galaxy-spanning campaign aimed not just to push back the forces of chaos, but to fundamentally restructure and reinforce Imperial defenses. The introduction of the Primaris Space Marines during this period represented a seismic shift in Ultramarine doctrine and capabilities. These enhanced warriors, the fruit of 10,000 years of genetic research by Belisarius Cawl, offered new tactical possibilities and challenges. Their integration into the chapter forced a re-evaluation of long-held traditions and combat doctrines. Guilliman's reforms extended beyond military matters. His scrutiny of imperial institutions, particularly the ecclesiarchy and the Inquisition, sparked tension and resistance. The Primarch's attempts to steer the Imperium away from religious dogma and towards a more secular, reason-based governance model challenged centuries of established orthodoxy. The Plague Wars brought the consequences of these changes into sharp focus. As Nurgle's forces assailed Ultramar, the chapter found itself fighting not just for victory, but for the very ideals Guilliman sought to instill in the wider Imperium. The successful defense of Ultramar, achieved through a combination of traditional Astartes valor and innovative Primaris tactics, vindicated Guilliman's vision for a renewed Imperium. In the wake of these conflicts, the Ultramarines have had to navigate a complex new reality. Their role as exemplars of the Codex Astartes has been both reinforced and challenged by Guilliman's return. The Primarch's willingness to adapt his own work in light of new circumstances has forced the chapter to embrace a more flexible interpretation of their sacred text. The creation of the Primaris exclusive Decimus chapter, formed to defend the Nachmund Gauntlet, highlighted the evolving nature of Ultramarine succession. This new chapter, while adhering to Codex principles, represents a departure from traditional founding practices, embodying Guilliman's pragmatic approach to the Imperium's defense. The establishment of the Logos Historica Verita, an organization dedicated to uncovering and preserving true Imperial history, marks another significant change. This initiative, spearheaded by Guilliman, challenges the Ultramarines to confront uncomfortable truths about their past and the Imperium's foundations. As the Imperium grapples with the reality of being sundered by the Great Rift, the Ultramarines find themselves at the forefront of efforts to adapt Imperial strategy to this new paradigm. Their experiences in Imperium Nihilus have led to innovations in long-range logistics, communication, and governance that are reshaping how the Imperium operates in these dark times. Guilliman's return and the changes it has wrought represent more than just a military resurgence. They signify a philosophical shift within the chapter and the Imperium at large. The Ultramarines now stand at a crossroads, balancing their reverence for tradition with the need for radical adaptation in the face of unprecedented threats. This pivotal moment continues to unfold, its full implications yet to be realized. As the Ultramarines forge ahead under Guilliman's leadership, they do so knowing that their actions in this time of upheaval will shape the destiny of not just their chapter, but of humanity itself for millennia to come. The reverberations of the Ultramarines' actions and the return of Roboute Guilliman have cascaded across the Imperium, reshaping the galactic landscape in profound ways. The immediate aftermath saw a surge of hope and renewed vigor among Imperial forces, a phenomenon dubbed the Guilliman effect by some scholars. This resurgence manifested in increased recruitment for the Astra Militarum, a swell of faith in the Emperor's divine plan, and a marked improvement in morale across Imperial worlds. The mere knowledge of a Primarch walking among them once more lifted the spirits of countless billions, turning despair into determination. Militarily, the Indomitus Crusade reshaped the strategic map of the galaxy. Worlds long lost to Xenos incursions or Chaos corruption were reclaimed, while vulnerable sectors saw the establishment of new fortresses and supply lines. The Ultramarines' expertise in logistics and governance proved crucial in stabilizing these newly liberated or reinforced regions. The introduction of Primaris Space Marines sent shockwaves through the Adeptus Astartes. Many chapters following the Ultramarines' lead embraced these new warriors, integrating them into their ranks. Others viewed the Primaris with suspicion, seeing them as a potential threat to their traditions and autonomy. This division has led to a subtle realignment of alliances and rivalries among the Space Marine chapters. Within the Adeptus Mechanicus, the revelations of Belisarius Call's work on the Primaris project sparked fierce debate. Some tech priests hailed it as a triumph of innovation, while others decried it as tech heresy. This schism has led to a re-evaluation of the Mechanicus's role in the Imperium and its relationship with the Ultramarines. The ecclesiarchy found itself in a precarious position. Guilliman's secular leanings and his direct communication with the Emperor challenged the Church's monopoly on spiritual matters. While publicly supportive, many within the ecclesiarchy view the Primarch's influence with growing concern, fearing a diminishment of their power. In the realm of imperial governance, Guilliman's reforms have begun to take root. The streamlining of bureaucratic processes and the emphasis on meritocracy over heredity or tradition have improved efficiency in many sectors. However, this has also led to resistance from entrenched noble houses and administrative bodies who see their influence waning. The formation of the Logos Historica Verita has had far-reaching implications for imperial scholarship and ideology. As suppressed truths come to light, long-held beliefs about the Imperium's history are being challenged. This has led to a renaissance of sorts in imperial academia, with a renewed interest in uncovering and preserving accurate historical records. In the diplomatic sphere, the Ultramarines' alliance with the Inari has opened new avenues for cooperation with certain Eldar factions. While still viewed with suspicion by most, this precedent has led to isolated instances of human Eldar collaboration against common threats, particularly in the fight against chaos. The Imperium Nihilus, cut off from Terra by the Great Rift, has seen the emergence of new power structures. Here, the Ultramarines' influence is felt strongly, with their organizational models being adopted by many isolated imperial worlds striving to maintain order in the face of constant threat. Economically, the resurgence led by the Ultramarines has stimulated increased trade and resource exploitation. Newly secured trade routes have revitalized commerce between distant sectors, while the demands of the ongoing crusade have spurred industrial output across countless Forge worlds. The Tyrannid threat, long a particular concern of the Ultramarines, has seen renewed focus in imperial strategy. Lessons learned from the defense of Macragge have been disseminated widely, informing anti-Tyrannid tactics across the Imperium. This has led to more effective responses to new Hive Fleet incursions. In the realm of warp travel and astropathic communication, the Ultramarines' experiences navigating the turbulent post-Rift galaxy have led to advancements in both fields. New protocols for warp jumps in unstable regions and improved methods of long-range astropathic communication have been developed and shared with the wider Imperium. The return of Guilliman has also reignited hope for the return of other loyal Primarchs. Efforts to locate or revive these legendary figures have intensified, spearheaded by various Space Marine chapters and inquisitorial factions. Perhaps most profoundly, the Ultramarines' actions have rekindled a sense of possibility within the Imperium. The notion that humanity can not only endure, but actively shape its destiny, has taken root. This ideological shift, while subtle, has the potential to dramatically alter the course of Imperial history in the millennia to come. As the galaxy enters this new era, the full consequences of the Ultramarines' influence continue to unfold. Their actions have set in motion a chain of events that will resonate through the Imperium for generations, potentially steering humanity towards a future that, while still grim, holds the promise of progress and renewal. The Ultramarines stand at the forefront of technological innovation and tactical evolution within the Imperium. Their approach to warfare combines centuries-old traditions with cutting-edge advancements, creating a formidable and adaptable fighting force. At the core of Ultramarine technology lies their power armor, a marvel of engineering that enhances the already superhuman capabilities of the Astartes. Recent upgrades have incorporated improved autosenses and more efficient power distribution systems, allowing for extended operation in hostile environments. The Mark X Tacticus armor, widely used by Primaris Marines, represents the pinnacle of this technology, offering unparalleled protection and mobility. Weapons technology among the Ultramarines ranges from revered relics to newly developed arms. The iconic bolter remains a mainstay, but recent patterns have seen improvements in ammunition capacity and fire rate. Plasma weapons, long a symbol of the chapter's technological prowess, have undergone refinements to mitigate the risk of overheating, a breakthrough that has since been shared with other chapters. The introduction of Primaris-specific weaponry has expanded the chapter's arsenal. The bolt rifle, with its extended range and improved stopping power, has revolutionized infantry engagements. The plasma incinerator, a more stable variant of traditional plasma guns, allows for sustained fire support without the traditional risks associated with plasma technology. Ultramarine vehicle technology showcases a blend of venerable designs and innovative modifications. The Repulsor, a gravitic tank, exemplifies this approach, combining the firepower of traditional battle tanks with the versatility of anti-gravitic propulsion. This technology has proven particularly effective in urban and mountainous terrain, where traditional tracked vehicles struggle. In the realm of void warfare, the Ultramarines fleet incorporates advanced targeting systems and void shields. The flagship Macragg's Honor, recently refitted, boasts experimental warp drive technology that allows for more precise and stable warp jumps, a crucial advantage in the tumultuous post-Rift galaxy. Tactical doctrines of the Ultramarines have evolved to incorporate these technological advancements. The chapter emphasizes flexibility and adaptability, utilizing combined arms approaches that seamlessly integrate infantry, armor, and air support. The Codex Astartes, continuously updated under Guilliman's guidance, now includes tactical treatises on fighting in warp-tainted environments and strategies for combating evolved Tyranid bioforms. The Ultramarines' mastery of squad-level tactics is renowned throughout the Imperium. Their ability to rapidly assess battlefield conditions and adjust formations accordingly allows them to maintain tactical superiority even when outnumbered. The integration of Primaris Marines has led to the development of new squad configurations, optimizing the strengths of both traditional and Primaris Astartes. In larger engagements, the Ultramarines excel at strategic deployment and resource management. Their logistical acumen ensures that forces are supplied and positioned for maximum effect. The chapter's use of rapid strike forces, capable of deploying from orbit to turn the tide of battle, has become a hallmark of their larger operations. The Ultramarines have also pioneered advancements in non-lethal combat techniques. Recognizing the value of capturing enemy combatants for intelligence gathering, they have developed sophisticated stun weapons and containment technologies. These tools have proven particularly useful in urban pacification operations and encounters with renegade human factions. In the psychic domain, the Ultramarines have made strides in both offensive and defensive capabilities. Their librarians have developed new techniques for combating warp entities, drawing upon the chapter's extensive experiences during the Plague Wars. Enhancements to psychic hoods have improved protection against enemy psychers, a technology now being adopted by other chapters. Ultramarine tactics in void combat emphasize coordinated strikes and strategic target prioritization. Their fleet engagements often involve complex maneuvers designed to isolate and overwhelm key enemy vessels. The chapter's expertise in planetary assaults, honed over millennia of crusades, allows for swift and decisive actions in taking or defending crucial worlds. The Ultramarines' approach to siege warfare blends patience with overwhelming force. Their siege tactics often involve a combination of sustained bombardment, infiltration by specialist units, and precisely timed assaults. The use of advanced scanning technology allows for the identification and exploitation of structural weaknesses in enemy fortifications. In response to the evolving Tyranid threat, the Ultramarines have developed specialized anti-biotactics. These include the use of adaptive toxins designed to target specific Tyranid strains and deployment patterns aimed at disrupting synapse creatures. Their experiences have led to the creation of a comprehensive database on Tyranid adaptation, an invaluable resource in predicting and countering new bioforms. The chapter's focus on education and cross-training ensures that tactical innovations are quickly disseminated throughout their ranks. Regular war games and simulations allow for the testing and refinement of new strategies in a controlled environment before their application in actual combat. As the Imperium faces unprecedented challenges, the Ultramarines continue to lead the way in developing the technologies and tactics necessary for humanity's survival. Their commitment to innovation, tempered by a deep respect for tradition, ensures that they remain at the cutting edge of Imperial military science, setting standards that resonate across the Adeptus Astartes and beyond. Roboute Guilliman stands as the towering figure in Ultramarine lore, his legacy shaping every aspect of the chapter. As Primarch and genetic forefather, his tactical genius and foresight laid the foundation for the Ultramarines' enduring success. Guilliman's authorship of the Codex Astartes cemented his influence across the entire Adeptus Astartes. His recent return from stasis has reignited hope throughout the Imperium, with his leadership proving crucial in the face of unprecedented threats. Marneus Calgar, long-serving chapter master, embodies the Ultramarine ideal of dutiful leadership. His tenure saw the chapter through numerous crises, including the devastating Tyranid invasion of Macragge. Calgar's decision to undergo the Rubicon Primaris, becoming one of the first existing Space Marines to cross this threshold, demonstrated his commitment to the chapter's evolution. His strategic acumen and unwavering resolve have made him a beacon of inspiration for Ultramarines and Imperial forces alike. Chief Librarian Tigurius stands out as one of the most potent psychers in the Adeptus Astartes. His prophetic abilities have proven invaluable in foreseeing threats to both the chapter and the wider Imperium. Tigurius's mastery over the warp has allowed the Ultramarines to combat demonic incursions with unprecedented effectiveness. His role in interpreting the Emperor's Tarot has guided the chapter's actions in critical moments. Cato Sicarius, captain of the Second Company, represents the epitome of Ultramarine martial prowess. His list of battle honors is extensive, with victories against threats ranging from Tyranids to Chaos Space Marines. Sicarius's flamboyant personality and supreme confidence have made him a controversial figure, both admired and critiqued within the chapter. His recent trials in the warp have added depth to his character, tempering his bravado with hard-earned wisdom. Uriel Ventris, captain of the Fourth Company, stands out for his unconventional thinking and adaptability. His willingness to deviate from the Codex Astartes when necessary has both landed him in trouble and saved the day on numerous occasions. Ventris's experiences, including his penitent crusade in the Eye of Terror, have given him unique insights into Chaos and Xenos threats, making him a valuable asset in the chapter's most challenging engagements. Chaplain Cassius, one of the oldest serving members of the chapter, plays a crucial role in maintaining the Ultramarines' spiritual resolve. His first-hand experience fighting Tyranids during the battle for Macragge led him to found the Tyrannic War Veterans, a specialized unit dedicated to combating this Xenos threat. Cassius's fiery oratory and unwavering faith inspire those around him, embodying the warrior monk ideal of the Space Marines. Sergeant Telion of the 10th Company has shaped generations of Ultramarine scouts. His unparalleled marksmanship and centuries of combat experience make him an invaluable trainer for neophytes. Telion's influence extends beyond the Ultramarines, as he is often seconded to other chapters to share his expertise, fostering inter-chapter cooperation and maintaining the Ultramarines' reputation for excellence. Chapter Ancient Galatan carries the honor of bearing the chapter's most revered banner into battle. His role is not merely ceremonial. Galatan's presence on the battlefield serves as a rallying point for Ultramarine forces, his unflinching devotion to duty inspiring even the most battle-hardened veterans to greater feats of heroism. On the side of antagonists, few names evoke as much dread as Makar the Reborn. This demon prince, once a word-bearer's chaplain, has been a persistent nemesis to the Ultramarines. His vendetta against the chapter, particularly against Marnius Calgar, has spanned millennia, resulting in numerous conflicts that have tested the Ultramarines' resolve and resourcefulness. The Tyranid Swarm Lord represents a different kind of foe, one of pure biological horror and alien intelligence. Its appearances during Tyranid invasions have pushed the Ultramarines to their limits, requiring them to adapt their tactics and technology to counter this ever-evolving threat. The Swarm Lord's ability to retain knowledge across different incarnations makes it a uniquely dangerous adversary, one that learns from each encounter with the chapter. Necron Overlord Anrakir the Traveler has clashed with the Ultramarines on multiple occasions, his campaigns of reawakening tomb worlds bringing him into conflict with the defenders of Ultramar. Anrakir's vast experience and advanced Necron technology present a stark contrast to the Ultramarines' own methods, forcing them to innovate in the face of an implacable, ancient foe. Skarbrand the Exiled One, a greater demon of Khorne, embodies the raw, destructive power of chaos that continually threatens Ultramar. His presence during the Plague Wars demonstrated the multifaceted nature of the chaos threat, requiring the Ultramarines to battle not just Nurgle's forces, but the full pantheon of chaos. These individuals, both heroes and villains, have shaped the Ultramarines' history through their actions, decisions, and the challenges they've presented. Their legacies continue to influence the chapter's development, tactical doctrine, and place within the broader Imperium. As the galaxy faces new and evolving threats, the deeds of these figures serve as both inspiration and cautionary tales, guiding the Ultramarines as they navigate an increasingly perilous future. Despite their illustrious history and meticulous record-keeping, the Ultramarines harbor several enigmas that continue to intrigue scholars and trouble the chapter's leadership. These mysteries span from ancient prophecies to unexplained phenomena, each challenging the Ultramarines' understanding of their past and future. The Prophecy of the 13, an obscure text dating back to the Horus Heresy, speaks of 13 great trials that the Ultramarines must overcome. While some events in the chapter's history have been retrospectively linked to this prophecy, debate rages over its true meaning and whether all the foretold trials have come to pass. The recent resurgence of chaos and the formation of the Great Rift have led many to speculate that the final, most devastating trial may be yet to come. The fate of the Ultramarines' gene seed tithes during the tumultuous years of M36 remains a point of contention. Records from this period are fragmented, with discrepancies in the numbers of gene seed samples sent to Terra and those reportedly received. Theories range from administrative errors to more sinister explanations involving theft or manipulation by unknown parties. The implications of this mystery extend beyond mere historical curiosity, potentially affecting the genetic legacy of numerous successor chapters. The phenomenon known as the Echoes of Calth presents an ongoing enigma. Since the word-bearer's betrayal at Calth during the Horus Heresy, there have been sporadic reports of Ultramarines experiencing vivid, shared visions of that fateful battle. These episodes, while rare, occur with enough frequency to warrant investigation. Some librarians theorize a psychic imprint left by the intense conflict, while others suggest a more direct message from the warp, possibly tied to unresolved aspects of that ancient treachery. The true extent of Belisarius Call's modifications to the Primaris Space Marines remains a subject of intense speculation. While the general enhancements are well documented, rumors persist of additional undisclosed alterations. The Ultramarines, as one of the first chapters to extensively integrate Primaris Marines, find themselves at the center of these discussions. Questions linger about potential long-term effects or hidden capabilities that may only manifest in future generations. The disappearance of the Ultramarines' 11th Company during the Pale Crusade has never been fully explained. The entire company vanished without a trace while investigating Xenos activity in a remote star system. Periodic search efforts over the millennia have yielded tantalizing clues, but no concrete answers. Theories range from warp storms to advanced Xenos technology, but the true fate of these lost brothers remains one of the chapter's most painful mysteries. The nature of Guilliman's communion with the Emperor during his visit to Terra raises profound questions. The Primarch's actions and decisions following this meeting hint at revelations that he has chosen not to share fully. Speculation abounds regarding the Emperor's true state and the content of their exchange, with potential implications for the Imperium's future and the role of the Ultramarines within it. The existence of the so-called 13th Codex, a rumored addendum to the Codex Astartes allegedly written by Guilliman before his internment in stasis, has been a subject of debate for millennia. Said to contain contingencies for scenarios too dire to be included in the main codex, its existence is officially denied. Yet, persistent rumors and occasional references in ancient texts keep the mystery alive, with some believing it may hold crucial strategies for humanity's survival in the darkest times. The recurring phenomenon known as the Blue Fires of Macragge defies explanation. Periodically, ethereal blue flames have been observed in the skies above the fortress of Hera, lasting for hours before fading away. While some dismiss it as an atmospheric anomaly, others see it as an omen. The fire's appearances have sometimes coincided with significant events in the chapter's history, leading to speculation about their prophetic nature. The true purpose of the Pharos device on Sotha, an ancient Xenos artifact instrumental in the Ultramarines' history, remains only partially understood. While its role in guiding ships through the warp is known, hints of other, more profound capabilities tantalize the Ultramarines' scholars. The device's destruction during the Horus Heresy left many questions unanswered, with ongoing debates about the wisdom of seeking out similar technologies. The extent of Ultramar's influence during the Dark Age of technology is a subject of ongoing historical research. Fragmentary evidence suggests that the realm's borders may have once extended far beyond its current boundaries, possibly encompassing vast swaths of what is now Imperium Nihilus. The implications of this, both for the Ultramarines' heritage and for potential claims of authority in these regions, are profound and contentious. These mysteries, each in their own way, challenge the Ultramarines' perception of their place in the galaxy. They serve as reminders that despite their vaunted history and extensive knowledge, there are still depths of uncertainty in their past and future. As the chapter faces an increasingly turbulent galaxy, these unresolved questions may hold keys to understanding their destiny and the fate of the Imperium itself. The legacy of the Ultramarines extends far beyond their martial prowess, shaping the very fabric of the Imperium. As the galaxy enters a new era of uncertainty, the chapter's influence resonates across military doctrine, governance, and the philosophical underpinnings of imperial society. In the realm of warfare, the Codex Astartes remains a living document, evolving to meet new challenges. Its principles, once rigidly adhered to, are now interpreted with greater flexibility, a shift emblematic of the Ultramarines' adaptive approach. This evolution in tactical thinking ripples through the Adeptus Astartes, influencing even chapters not directly descended from Guilliman's gene line. The Ultramarines' model of governance in Ultramar serves as a beacon of possibility in a galaxy often characterized by oppression and decay. Their emphasis on education, infrastructure, and civic duty presents an alternative vision of imperial rule. As knowledge of this system spreads, it sparks debates and, in some cases, reforms in far-flung sectors of the Imperium. The return of Robut Guilliman has reignited discussions about the nature of imperial leadership. His dual role as both a revered figurehead and an active ruler challenges long-established power structures. The Ultramarines, as extensions of Guilliman's will, find themselves at the heart of this ideological shift, their actions scrutinized for hints of the Imperium's future direction. In the wake of the Great Rift, the Ultramarines' efforts to maintain cohesion between the two halves of the sundered Imperium take on monumental importance. Their strategies for long-range communication, resource allocation, and maintaining Imperial authority in isolated regions are being studied and emulated across the galaxy. The chapter's approach to Xenos relations, particularly their uneasy alliance with certain Eldar factions, sets a controversial precedent. While pragmatic, these interactions challenge millennia of Imperial dogma regarding alien life. The long-term implications of this shift in policy remain a subject of intense debate among Imperial strategists and theologians alike. The Ultramarines' integration of Primaris Space Marines offers a model for other chapters grappling with this new breed of Astartes. Their success in blending tradition with innovation provides a roadmap for the evolution of the Adeptus Astartes as a whole, potentially reshaping the future of these transhuman warriors. In the realm of Imperial faith, the Ultramarines' reverence for Guilliman as a living Primarch introduces complex theological questions. The chapter's balance between venerating their Gene Father and maintaining faith in the Emperor creates ripples throughout the ecclesiarchy, influencing religious doctrine and practice across the Imperium. The Ultramarines' emphasis on statecraft alongside warfare reinforces the idea of Space Marines as more than just warriors. This holistic approach to their role within the Imperium inspires a re-evaluation of Astartes' involvement in civilian affairs, potentially expanding their influence beyond the battlefield. As guardians of one of the most prosperous regions of the Imperium, the Ultramarines play a crucial role in economic planning and trade regulation. Their methods for managing resources and fostering economic growth in Ultramar are studied by Imperial economists, offering insights into sustainable development in a galaxy of dwindling resources. The chapter's commitment to preserving and uncovering historical truths, as evidenced by the logo's Historica Verita, challenges the Imperium's often dogmatic approach to its past. This quest for accuracy in historical records could have far-reaching effects on Imperial ideology and self-understanding. In the face of evolving threats like the Tyranids and the forces of chaos, the Ultramarines' adaptive strategies become vital learning tools for the entire Imperial war machine. Their experiences and tactical innovations disseminate throughout the Imperium, enhancing humanity's overall defensive capabilities. The Ultramarines' role in the Indomitus Crusade sets the tone for this new age of reconquest and consolidation. Their methods of rebuilding shattered worlds and re-establishing Imperial authority offer a template for recovery efforts across the galaxy. As the Imperium grapples with the possibility of other loyalist Primarchs returning, the Ultramarines' experience with Guilliman's re-emergence provides valuable insights. Their ability to adapt to the return of their Gene Father may prove crucial in preparing the Imperium for further such events. The chapter's focus on cohesion and cooperation among Astartes' forces encourages greater unity within the Adeptus Astartes. This emphasis on brotherhood over rivalry may prove critical in facing the unprecedented threats of the 42nd millennium. Looking to the future, the Ultramarines stand at a crossroads of tradition and necessary change. Their choices in the coming years will likely shape not just their own destiny, but that of the Imperium itself. As they navigate the turbulent waters of a galaxy in chaos, the sons of Guilliman carry with them the hopes of countless billions, their every action rippling across the vast expanse of humanity's domain. In this new era, fraught with peril yet bright with possibility, the Ultramarines continue to embody the noblest aspirations of the Space Marines. Their legacy, built over 10,000 years of service and sacrifice, stands as a testament to the enduring spirit of humanity in the face of unimaginable adversity. As the torchbearers of Guilliman's vision, they march forward, their blue armor a beacon of hope in the darkness of the void.